which gets asked the most. How much do you get paid an hour? Hey guys, it's Precious here and you're watching Divine Duo. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be updating you guys on how my LPN to RN journey is going. So for those of you that do not know, I'm a licensed practical nurse and I'm in a 15-month bridge program to become an RN. So I'm also going to be answering a lot of questions that I got under my what I get paid as an LPN video. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I got a lot of questions under there, so I'm going to answer some of you all's questions. So if you're interested in seeing that, stay tuned. Okay, so I feel like I have to first do a little recap for those that don't know. My program is 15 months. It's 5 terms. And I started in February. I should be done by April. I just completed my 3rd term, which was very difficult. I took only 2 classes that came with 2 practicums, but those were 2 difficult classes that I slept on. I just completed Med Surg and Jury. And boy oh boy, Med Surg is nothing to play with, but Jury also. You can't sleep on that. I'm gonna be starting the 4th term next week and I'm super excited about starting the 4th term. I have 4 of the main classes in that term, which are OB or maternity, pediatrics, and psychiatric. So yeah, those are 3 hard classes that they decided to put together. But once again, I shall persevere. But yeah, guys, I'm still in my program. I have not failed. God has not failed me yet. It's tough, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. If you've done the LPN program, you can definitely get through this program. The things that you learned in LPN school, you basically have to go more deeper into that information when you get to RN school. So if you're worried about, oh, is it too hard for me to do? If you've done the LPN, you can do the RN. Trust me, it's the same information, literally. Let's get into these questions y'all can ask. Ooh, let's get these questions out the way because, you know, I was asked a lot of questions on that video. That video did really well. Basically, I let y'all in and let y'all know what my paychecks is looking like as a new LPN. And a lot of people was interested. So Jean says, hey, I'm currently in LVN/LPN school and I have 6 months left. And this COVID thing affected us really badly. I was wondering what you use to study for your NCLEX. Good luck for your RN. Thank you, Jean. And what I studied for NCLEX, luckily my school, at the end of our program, they had the course point. It's called the course point. It came with our program. And you can literally practice every subject. You do practice quizzes. You could do 75 questions. You could do 100 questions. You could do how many ever you want. And at the end of taking the test, it will show you how likely you are to pass the test. And I just literally kept doing those every single day. Like I would do one 75 question test in the morning. Actually, it's 85. I did 185 questions in the morning. I did 85 questions at night, and I would do that straight for 3 weeks until it was time for NCLEX. I would advise you, you know, anybody that's getting ready for NCLEX right after you graduate, don't wait too long. Do it right away because the information is still fresh, so you want to, you know, get it out while it's hot. All right. Okay, so Ashley Richards says, thanks for the video. How do you like your LPN to RN program? How do I like it? I think who likes, you know, I can't say it's doable. Like I said earlier, it's very doable. They give us a good amount of resources to do well on the exams, and the exams matter. So I'm really, you know, liking, I can't say like it, like, you know what I mean, Ashley. It's doable. It's doable. It's very doable. It's just nobody likes having to stay up late nights. Nobody likes having to only work on weekends because you can't, you know, you have to study all weekday. Nobody likes it, but you have to do it. You have to push yourself. So I would say, you know, it's going well so far. I'm enjoying the experience that I'm getting. I'm happy that I'm moving forward. And Yeah, I'm sticking in there, girl. Everline says the bad thing about working 78 hours is not having that much free time. But then again, the pay is good. That is so true. That's the thing about, you know, nursing school. You definitely have to make some sacrifices, and your free time is one of the biggest sacrifices you're gonna make. You're going to have to work vigorously because you're working towards something better. You know, unless you're comfortable, that's when you can, you know, work 40 hours or less and just, you know, enjoy life. But right now I'm working towards something. So, you know, it's definitely, it definitely is, you know, not fun working 78 hours, but you got to remember the goal. All right. So Faith Teresa says, do you have prior experience to becoming an LPN? I do have prior experience. I was a home health aide before I became an LPN, and that gave me just enough experience to understand how to work in the health field a little bit. You know, going to LPN school, there was a lot of students that didn't really know some terminologies, and they didn't even know how to change, you know, patients. They didn't know what it looked like to see a catheter, and those type of things I've already seen before because I was working as a home health aide. So I would say that was a good experience for me. All right, so Mary Medina says, how long was your LPN program? My LPN program was 10 months. Just like that, girl, it was 10 months. Ashley Nunez says, I just got accepted into the Rockland BOCES program. Woo! And yes, that's also where you went. I'm so nervous. Do you have any advice? Girl, first of all, congratulations. Congratulations. Your journey has started, okay, 4 months ago. All right. I already talked to you, girl. But I'm so happy for you. Now, NT advice, because you're nervous. I was nervous too, just as everybody else was, because you don't know if you're going to be one of those that will not make it to the end. But one thing I will tell you is to take it a class at a time, take it a test at a time, and start off strong. You want to start off strong because towards the end of the year, you do start to get a little tired of nursing. You get burnt out. But start off strong so that towards the end, you don't have no worries. You don't have no worries when the anxiety starts, you know, setting in. You won't have no worries because you know you did your thing. So just take it a class at a time, take it a step at a time, and don't wait too late to ask for help. Don't wait too late to ask for help. When you realize you're struggling with a subject, tackle it head on, you know, in the beginning of that, because the finals and the midterms hold a lot of weight. You know, if you're doing bad in the beginning, you're gonna have no leeway for those finals. So yeah, start off strong. Better later than broke, I know that's right, says, how do you feel now with COVID? Is it more challenging or just like more intense isolation? I would definitely say it's a little bit more work because we can now have a different type of protocol going on. For example, we have to, every single shift, we have to check every single patient's temperature and pulse ox. So now you have to kind of fit that into your schedule to make sure you get every single resident checked. Also, once a resident goes out to the hospital, when they come back, they're on 14-day, they're on quarantine for 14 days, so they have to stay in their room, and we have to don our PPE before we go in there. So that's really time consuming as well. So those little things kind of make it a little bit more difficult to get through your shift. So you'll kind of have to just be mindful of that. You have to be mindful of that, or else you'll be at work for an extra like 2 hours trying to get all that extra work done. Life in USA says, I have had LPN since 2011 but never worked. I don't remember much of the stuff that I was taught in school. I would like to go back to work. Any encouraging words for me? So you would like to go back to work. So you had the LPN license since 2011 and you haven't practiced or worked at all? So what you been doing, girl? What have you been doing? I mean, once you get a little bit of experience and you shadow for, I think, a few days, because I only remember shadowing for like 2 days before they they got me. They said,
Precious, we need somebody to work today.
And that getting thrown into the work like that is what gave me my experience, gave me my confidence. So I think it is about time you use that. Put it to work. I would definitely encourage anyone to go back to school, and I would definitely encourage anyone to use their license that they paid money for. You went to school and you paid so much money for that LPN license, you better use it. A Rose is still a Rose says, do you get health insurance as an LPN? Great video, extremely motivating. Thanks for sharing. My particular job, I don't get health insurance. I don't get benefits. My job doesn't, but most jobs do. Pacheco, Erica Pacheco says, I'm sorry if I butchered that. How do you become a home health aide? Please respond regarding your journey. In order to become a home health aide or a CNA, you have to go to a trade school where you'll do for home health aide, it's about 4 weeks to 6 weeks of classes, and then you'll take an exit exam, and from there you'll get your little certificate, and it's really a great gratifying experience. For CNAs, I didn't do a CNA course, but my sister told me it was about 3 months long, and they had their own little clinical experiences as well, working on mannequins and whatnot. And for them too, they had to take an exit exam, and then you'll be a certified nurse's assistant. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of schools that will get you these certificates, so you just literally gotta look it up. Shona says, I just started my program and it's a lot of work during this pandemic. Med-surg is the hardest. What are your tips? Tell me about it, girl. That is a great question. Med-surg, if you think about it, it goes by systems. So it's basically, you're going through each system, the integumentary, endocrine, digestive. You're going through the cardiac, each system, and you're going to recap on those systems, but you're going to focus on the disorders connected to those systems. So that's basically what med-surg is. You're going to go through the diagnostic process, the clinical manifestations, the treatment, and nursing intervention. So those are the main focuses on each disorder. I feel like I have to write out my notes so that the more that I see it, I visualize it even when I'm not looking at it. Another thing I would tell you to do is, once you write out your notes and you go over it in your head, I would speak to someone about it. Teach it to somebody else, or you can teach yourself in the mirror. That's really helpful. And also, if that's not helping and you're not able to visualize what the disorder is or what the cause of it is and whatnot, go and watch videos. There's a lot of nursing videos out there that will help you get a visualization of what is going on in the body. Med-surg definitely is difficult. It's definitely difficult, but if you just familiarize yourself with the disorders according to which system, it really makes it easier for yourself. So I hope that helps. Binta says, I live in New York and want to apply for LPN. Which school did you attend? I attended Rockland Bosse's in West Nyack. It's about, I want to say 25 minutes from the city. And like I said, 10 months. It's a really good school. And good luck, by the way. Maya says, is it a long, pricey process to become a CNA? The program that my sister went to, it was a little over $1,000. So it's not too bad. Something you can save up if you really, work hard at it. It's not a long process. Like I said, it's 3 months. So not long, not pricey at all. Natura Live says, I don't know what to expect. I have no experience, as a lot of people do. A lot of people go into nursing just knowing that they need a better way to make a living for themselves, and nursing is it. A lot of people don't have experience. If you know it's not something for you and your heart is not there, don't do it. Do not do it, because you'll never find joy in the field. You have to want to do it to get through it, Woo! I need to brand that. I need to brand it. Let me write that down. Talia says, we need at least 6 months, 1 year of experience. I'm like, how am I gonna get that if no one wants to hire new nurses? I understand exactly what you mean. A lot of places, they don't want to hire new nurses because it takes time to pay 2 nurses, because a new nurse usually has to be trained a little bit before they get put on the floor alone. So when jobs see that, they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna waste money to have you be shadowed for a whole week before you can actually, start working on your own. Quickest way I found a job was, I had my mom that helped me out. She already was working at a place and they were in need of nurses, and try to find someone that's already working as a nurse and see if they can get you a job. That's the quickest way, I'm telling you, to get your experience. Even if it's a job you don't like, get that little bit of experience and leave. Leave. Just get the experience first so you can put something down on your resume. But it's definitely tough. I know exactly what you mean, Talia. It's hard. Jared says, is it better to go straight to RN or LPN to RN? It depends on whatever works for you. I think LPN to RN was better for me because I just wanted to do baby steps. I'm after doing school for a little bit, I was kind of tired of trying so hard to get straight to RN. I was just like, let me just take baby steps. I'm gonna do LPN to RN. So it's all up to you, you know? Daniela says, hi, I had a quick question. Where did you start working when you finished LPN school? Are you able to only work in a doctor's office? I started working at my mom's job. It was the quickest way for me to get a job as a new nurse. And I'm not only limited to working at an assisted living facility. You can definitely work at a doctor's office, but it's gonna be harder. Well, it's gonna be easier now that we got COVID going on, because they're actually, accepting a lot of LPNs into hospitals now. We're in need of nurses. So as of right now, the sky's the limit. We can do anything we want right now. All right, so we're up to the last 2 biggest questions I have received throughout that whole video. Lord. The first one was, were those weekly or bi-weekly checks? Let me tell you why that does not matter. It doesn't matter because I went by hours. You can work 2 weeks, but only work 20 hours. Your check's not gonna be big. You can work 1 week and work 40 hours. It's not according to whether it's weekly or bi-weekly. That's specifically why I put the hours, because those 2 checks, one was weekly, one was bi-weekly, but they were the same amount of hours. You know what I mean? So, and then last but not least, which gets asked the most, how much do you get paid an hour? Come on. There was one person under that whole entire video that actually did the math and got it right. Go sift through and then like it so that it can come to the top, so that y'all can just see the answer right away instead of commenting it. But yeah, oh my God, y'all is nosy. But yeah, guys, that's it. That wraps up this video. I hope I answered all of you guys' questions. And that's an update on how I'm doing in LPN to RN program. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to join the PMP party, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much once again. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.